Hello and welcome to H. Greg Lux. Here I have a 2011 Porsche 911 Turbo S. This car came with a clean Carfax report and it has 5 previous owners. What I'm going to do in this video for you is I'm going to show you around the car. We're going to take a look at it to see if there's any kind of damage, including scratches, dents, chips, or anything else. Here at H. Greg Lux, we want to be as transparent as possible and give you total peace of mind. So if there's anything you need to know about this car, we will let you know. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go panel by panel, checking out the vehicle, and we're gonna start right here with the front bumper. Let's take a look. Front bumper seems to be in excellent condition. What about the hood? And we just wanna know if there's any sort of damage all around, including scratches, dents, chips, or anything else. The hood seems to be in excellent condition. What about this side of the car? The driver's side, and we're going to start with this fender. And in this fender I do notice a minor scratch right here, right next to the headlight on the left side of the vehicle. Let's take a look. I don't see anything else. What about the wheel? And this wheel is in perfect condition. There's no sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage. Perfect. Now let's move on to the door. Door looks perfect. What about this fender? And again, I'm not seeing any kind of damage here. Now to the wheel. And just like the first one, this one is in perfect condition as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the back. Looking good. I'm not seeing any sort of damage here in the rear bumper. What about the wing? We want to know if there's any scratches, any dents, any chips, or any other kind of damage. Looking good as well. And now what about the rear hood? Perfect. Again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Now let's move on right here to this fender on the passenger side of the vehicle. Looks perfect. What about the wheel? And just like the last two, this one is in perfect condition. There is no sign of damage. Let's now take a look at the door. Let's take a closer look here. And in this door right in the middle, we see a minor scratch right here. Everything else looks good. What about this fender? Let's take a close look here. That's just hair. This fender's in perfect condition. And now what about the last wheel? And this wheel has no sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage. It's in perfect condition, just like the last three. We can now move on to the interior of the vehicle, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the seat. We're gonna check the leather. We wanna know if there's any sort of wear and tear. And here in the leather, I do notice some wear and tear on the sides, as you can see on the screen, and some along the base as well. Alright, now let's move on right here to the door panel, where again, we want to know if there's any sort of damage to the leather, to the material, or to any type of fabric. And once again, I notice some wear and tear right here in this panel, but everything else is in excellent condition. Now we can take a look at the other side of the vehicle, the passenger side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're first going to take a look at the seat. We're checking the leather. We want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. And just like the other side, I do notice some wear and tear right here on the sides, as you can see on the screen, and some along the base as well. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the door panel. Or just like the other side, we want to know if there's any sort of damage at all, any sort of wear and tear. And I do notice some wear and tear right here on this panel and the leather. But other than that, everything else seems to be in excellent condition. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the back seats, starting with this one. And here I do notice some wear and tear right along the base, as you can see right here on the screen. And a minor scratch right here. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the other side. Again, taking a look at the seat, at the leather. We want to know if there's any sort of damage. And just like the last one, I do notice some wear and tear right here in the base. Alright. Now with the car on, I want to show you a few things. The first of which is the mileage of this vehicle. As you can see on the left side of the dashboard, this car has 30,150 miles. The other thing I want to show you is that this car comes with a GPS system, as you can see on the screen. And now we can go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel, checking the leather, seeing if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. Everything's looking good here. What about the middle section? Again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Now let's move on to the mid console. Again, we just want to know if there's any scratches to the screen, any sort of damage to the knobs, the buttons, or to anything else. And here I do notice some wear and tear on this panel, as you can see on the screen, and some scratches right along the handbrake. Perfect. Before we finish off this video, let's take a look at the engine, and we just want to take a quick look. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact one of our representatives here at H. Greg Lux.